What's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the Sky Diaries Podcast. Welcome back to all my returning viewers and to all my new viewers. Welcome. This is the place where we talk about the real talk and real talk about growth and life, because life isn't always easy, and when you are striving for something, it can get very tough on that journey. So I'm here to help you, and just know that just being here today, whether you're listening to it on Spotify, watching it on YouTube, Substack, wherever platform you are listening on, just know that you are one step forward because you are taking out the time out of your day to listen to a 10 to 15 minute podcast about just wanting to be better. And at the end of the day, that's the first step. Episode 25, I'm going to be talking about what you perceive is what you ultimately believe, focusing on how the things that we think about, the things that are happening up here in our mind, ultimately reflect into our day-to-day lives, and how shifting our mindset can truly ultimately just shift our whole entire lives. This has honestly been something that I would say I've struggled with, because it can be very hard. Even when you put your body in a different position, it can be hard for your mind to catch up. It's just like a breakup. It's like your body can be telling you shouldn't be with this person. Even your mind can be telling you, deep down inside in your mind, that this person isn't good for you. But at the end of the day, even when you take yourself out of that position, it takes your mind some time to catch up with that, because it has to get used to it and it has to adapt. But once you successfully get into that mode of consistency with framing your mindset, things just start to appear so much easier. This topic is very important because it truly shapes our lives. What you think will ultimately show up in your life. Now, I always say how people treat you is ultimately a reflection of them, and that goes vice versa. How you treat people is ultimately a reflection of you. If you're a kind person, I would like to think that you are kind to yourself, that you are empathetic to yourself, that you take care of yourself. When I see people showing up for other people, I know that is the type of person that shows up for themselves. It's a difference between being a people pleaser and just being able to reflect how you treat yourself and others. There's a big difference, and trying to learn that difference is key. And then that can be very hard because some people won't even know that they're people pleasing. But other times, I would say the way to differentiate the two is it is more genuine when someone is doing it, because it reflects. When someone is taking care of themselves, you'll see it. You'll see it in their fitness. You'll see it in their skin. You'll see it how they talk, how they walk, how they dress. You'll see how much a person takes care of themselves and how much they value themselves. In just simple conversations, in simple everyday life, you can see how people love themselves and show up for themselves. If you're always comparing yourself, if you always feel insecure, looking at other people, if you're always hating, or ultimately if you're always judging someone, you could honestly just be internalizing your self-judgment. Maybe you feel like you're behind. Maybe you feel like you're not doing the things that you need to be doing, and it's you're taking it out on other people and it's showing. But at the end of the day, it all comes back to you, and it all comes back to your mindset. It's all that you're insecure, even though you don't want to say it out loud, or you don't have that much confidence in yourself, so you're degrading other people. All of that truly shows up in every single place, in every single room, whether you're by yourself or whether you're around people. It shows up. I wouldn't say always. I struggled for a long time feeding myself positive thoughts, because it can get very hard, especially when you're hearing so many things from different directions. You'll have people in your ear telling you one thing, and then you'll have other people in your ear telling you another thing. It is very important to have a solid foundation, a knowledge of who you are, to just be able to know who you are, so that it doesn't matter what anyone else has to say. It doesn't matter what he said, doesn't matter what she said. At the end of the day, when you close your sleep at night, you know who you are, and having that foundation is so important, because when you have that foundation, no one can come in and try to change the narrative. No one can try to come in and try to change the story. They can try, but they won't achieve it. Their mission won't be successful, because you already actually have a strong boundary, a strong wall up that says, no, I know who I am. I know what I believe in, and I'm going to continue every day to act like that. And just because you don't know yourself to that extent, to that level, that does not mean that has to be portrayed and thrown onto me. And that's just so key, so that no matter what through life, you'll always know, like, you know yourself, and you know that everything that you think of yourself will ultimately be shown. If you tell yourself, like, look, I'm a confident person, I believe in myself, I'm going to show up for myself, whatever, that may be in the gym, when it comes to a career, whatever it is, like, that shows up. When you go to the gym and you showing up for yourself in the gym and you're like, you know what, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to take care of my body, it shows. Now, it won't be instant result. People will eventually start noticing, like, you know what, like, dang, like, she put on some weight, okay, I see her. Or maybe, everyone that got different goals. Maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to add some weight, whatever it is, like, people going to notice eventually, but the results aren't instant. And when you get to a point where it doesn't matter about anyone recognizing the results, like, once you get to a point where it's like, I don't care if people see that I'm showing up for myself or not, because when showing up, I'm showing up for me. I'm showing up for my past version of me. I'm showing up for the version of me that always doubted themselves. I'm showing up for the version of me that was always talked about. I'm showing up for the version of me that cried so much about what people used to say and this, that, and the third and all of that. I'm showing up for that version of me. I'm showing up for every single version of me with no audience. I don't care. It could be 5 people. It could be 0. It could just be me by myself. I don't care. I'm doing this for me. I'm showing up for me. And when you do that, I feel like the results show up faster because you're tuned into yourself. Be locked in with yourself. Know yourself. Like, you and yourself should have a bone like this. Y'all should be like this. Because when y'all like this, nothing else can attach to that. So my advice is just start to believe better. Start to believe that your whole life can change in an instant. Start to believe that you are deserving of better and bigger things. Start to believe that you can leave that relationship. You don't have to be in that toxic relationship. Believe that you deserve better. Believe that through it all, you know that you have a worth that is not being valued here, but will be valued somewhere else. Know that. Have that much faith and believe in yourself. Speak that over your life. Believe that you can survive from leaving people that you didn't even think that you would be able to leave. Believe that you can conquer anything. Believe that no matter what life brings into your life, that you can face it head on and that you will get through it. Because speaking negative things over your life is only going to make negative things happen more. I was talking to someone. I'm going to give you an example of some advice I had gave to one girl I had class with. Like, we still got class together. We were just talking. We was having a conversation, and she was just telling me how, like, it's a lot going on when it comes to financial aid with the government being shut down and stuff like that, and how, like, she's on a dean scholarship and how, like, she's just having trouble. And her exact words in that moment when we was having a conversation, she was saying, like, you know what, like, I'm not gonna do good, I'm not gonna pass this, I'm not gonna be able to stay on the dean's list, this, that, and third. And I looked at her, mind you, like, I've been cool with her for a while. Like, I really think she's a really cool person, and if you watching this, hey girl, I told her, look, you gotta do what you gotta do. You cannot speak that you are not going to be able to do this. You can't, because at the end of the day, you need this. You have to. If you have no other choice, you have to do this. You have to do good. You have to pass. You need to do this, because guess what? You have no other choice. I'm like, look, you have no other choice but to do good. So guess what? You better speak it, and you better say it as many times. It don't matter. It don't matter if you don't believe it in this moment. Don't matter. You don't have to believe it in this moment, but you better speak it over your life. You better speak it as many times. I don't care if you got to tell yourself 100 times in the morning. You got to do this. You have to do this, because you have no other choice. You have no other choice. You have goals. You have a dream. That's all on the other side. This is right here. You got to deal with this head on. And she was like, you know what, Sky, like, you're right. I got to do this. I have no other choice but to continue to be on this scholarship, to be able to have an education. And it's like, a part of me feel like, maybe I'm being too harsh, but it's like, no, because I know if I was in that same position and I felt like I couldn't do something, it's like, no, you have no choice but to do this, but to succeed in this, because by not showing up, by not even trying, by not even doing the work, failure is gonna come. And when that failure comes, that's a different type of failure, because that failure is on you, and that failure is coming from not being disciplined. That don't even have nothing to do with motivation. You got to show up for yourself. So when it comes to having like a life that you want, you have to envision it, and you have to speak positive over your life. You had to already envision it, but you'll never have a positive life criticizing other people. You'll never have a positive life by speaking negative things over yourself. You'll never have a positive life while always having an attitude. You'll never have a positive life by comparing yourself to people that only show their highlights in the world. But also at the end of the day, you'll never be happy, and you'll never have peace. You'll never create the life that you want by having these thoughts. Honestly, just block it out. Block it out. Like whatever you need to do, whatever you ultimately need to do, block it out. Do whatever you have to do, but you got to do what you got to do. And stop like waiting for proof. Start building a life now. And it all starts from your mind. Start building that mentality now. Whatever it is, I write affirmations on my mirror, wherever. I put it everywhere. I have a motivation app on my phone, on my computer, everywhere. So throughout the day, no matter how hard it gets, I'm always having positive words into my life, feeding into me, always pouring into me. And yeah, that may be me pouring into myself, but sometimes you have to, because a lot of the times it won't always be people that's going to pour into you. So you got to pour into yourself, and you got to speak positive over your life in order to want better, because nothing changes if nothing changes up here. If your mentality doesn't change, nothing else is going to change around you. Your perception is your cleanse. So clean it, detox, do whatever you have to do. Take that first step today. Delete pictures, delete contacts, block people, do whatever you have to do. Put affirmations in places where you can see it on a daily basis, or at least somewhere you can see weekly. And honestly, come back. I want y'all to start today. Start speaking over your life positive today, and I want you to come back to this video, and I want you to tell me how much your life has changed and how much happier you are. And if you're not, you can come back to this podcast and you can tell me that the words that I'm saying, it didn't work. In today's affirmations, I want y'all to repeat after me and take a deep breath and say these with me. I see life through the lens of positivity. My beliefs are powerful, and I choose empowering each one of them. I attract what I believe I deserve, and I deserve good things. I deserve good things. Thank y'all so much. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I hope y'all learned something. Don't forget to share this to somebody who may need it, who may need the encouragement, who may just need a little love, a little light today. I love y'all so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. More daily content on my Instagram at Tashae Inspired, and on my TikTok, simply Tashae. Don't forget to also subscribe to my Substack on Tashae Inspired publication as well. I love y'all so much. And Spotify. Bye.